Hello traders, the title of the video is Elliott Wave Trader reveals the three factors of ABCDE Corrective Wave. To know is one thing, but to understand is the key to become a better Elliott Wave trader. Anyone can learn about the Elliott Wave principle in 1 week, but only few will truly understand the Elliott Wave principle. I have a high respect to traders who want to understand more. In the two previous tutorials, we were talking about high volatility and high momentum. Now, what are the three factors of ABCDE corrective wave? The first factor is high volatility. The second is high momentum. What is the third factor of ABCDE corrective wave? The third factor of ABCDE is the prolongation of the correction. Let me explain myself a little bit more. All right, so we have on this chart here. So in the previous tutorial, so I want to remind traders, the first tutorial, the title of the video was Mastering ABCDE Corrective Wave like a pro. All right. In the second tutorial, the title of that second tutorial, the title was Elliott Wave Traders versus Volatility and Momentum. In the third tutorial, we want to talk about Elliott Wave Trader, reveal the three factors of ABCDE corrective wave. So if you have watched the two previous tutorials, you understand that we were talking about the high volatility and the high momentum. So when an impulse wave, a motive wave, or a trending phase has a high volatility or a high momentum, the first thing that we will expect, the first corrective wave that we will expect is what? ABCDE corrective wave. If the ABCDE corrective wave did not take place, we can expect a total retracement. All right? Now we can say that the third thing that we can expect is what? Another corrective wave. All right? So there are three factors that often govern the ABCDE corrective wave. The first one is a high volatility. So an impulse wave, during an impulse wave, trending phase or multi-wave, we see a high volatility. All right? So we can expect that the following correction is likely to be ABCDE. Sometimes we may not see a high volatility, we may only see a high momentum. So when we have a high momentum, the first corrective wave that we will expect is what? ABCDE. But sometimes again, we can have both volatility, we can have both high volatility and high momentum. So in the first tutorial, you see this example here, looking at this Stock Appliance Recycling Center of America Incorporated, Epic Alpha Romeo Charlie India. We have both high volatility and high momentum. Sometimes you may have only high momentum. You may not have high volatility. Sometimes you may have high volatility and you may not have high momentum. Sometimes you may have both high volatility and high momentum. But the first corrective wave that you will be expecting is ABCDE. It does not mean that definitely you're going to have ABCDE, but you will be prepared for ABCDE. If you do not see ABCDE, you can expect, the second thing that you will expect will be a total cancellation by returning back down to the starting point with the same volatility or with the same momentum. If we don't see total retracement, we can expect a completely different corrective way. Okay? So first factor, high volatility. Second factor is high momentum. What is the third factor that is ruling the ABCDE corrective way? And again, the same financial instrument, okay, will help us to understand the third factor. So the third factor that is ruling the ABCDE corrective way is what? The prolongation of the correction. So you may say, Joe, what is a prolongation of correction? You may say, Joe, prolongation does not exist in English. It's a French word. All right. So we have an impulse wave, or we have a trending phase, or we have a multi-wave. After an impulse wave, a trending phase, or a multi-wave, we usually have a correction. Correction that is correcting the previous move, that is impulsive, motive, or trending. Okay? All right? But sometimes the correction can be prolonged. So one example of a correction that is prolonged is what? WSY wave. So we have the W, we think the correction has ended. Then we have the S, we think that a new impulse wave is in place, but in fact it's a hidden correction. Then we have the Y wave. So a WSY wave is a prolonged correction. So one corrective phase is completed. So we see the impulse wave, or you see the motive wave, or you see a trending phase, and then you see one distinctive corrective wave. At the end of that distinctive corrective wave, you are expecting another impulse wave. But behold, after the first corrective wave, we see the correction that is prolonged, is going on more. So if the correction is taking long, talking about the duration of the correction. So understand that the prolongation of the correction is relating to the longer period of time that is taken before the correction will end. So if the correction is a complex correction, if the correction is taking longer time to be completed, all right, we are likely to see during the prolongation of that correction an ABCDE corrective wave. That's why, this is a very important point, very often, not always, the Y wave of WSY wave is usually a triangle, ABCDE, because the correction has been prolonged. If the W, the X are not ABCDE, corrective wave, the Y wave is likely to be a W, is likely to be ABCDE, corrective wave. So when we have a complex wave or a correction that has been extended, a correction that has been prolonged, talking about the duration of the time, we may see during that prolonged correction an ABCDE corrective wave. So the third factor that is ruling or governing the ABCDE corrective wave is the prolongation of the correction. So this is one example here. So you see here, so we see this impulse move, price went up, all right? The momentum was high, the volatility was high. The first thing that is coming to our mind is that we may have ABCDE. Now we didn't have ABCDE. If we do not have ABCDE, the next thing that we will expect is that a total retracement. If a total retracement did not take place, we may see another corrective wave. So in this case, we see an impulse move and a total retracement. This move down is a correction, a total retracement of this impulse move up. Okay, now you see, when we were here, a lot of traders will think that the correction has finished because the price formed a double bottom chart pattern, a validation of support level. So you may say that it went up, it canceled it. We are likely to see, okay, an impulse wave. All right, so we may say that's why we say to traders following our in your way count guideline, so that if the second wave has canceled the first wave, we must restart counting the wave. Yes or no? All right, so we'll be saying here a new impulse wave should take place. But look, it didn't take place. It canceled it again, meaning that the correction is being extended, is being prolonged. So if the correction is complex, it's being prolonged, one can expect, it doesn't mean that it's guaranteed, Should I say it again? It does not mean that it's guaranteed that we will see ABCDE. But if there is a high chance that if a correction is prolonged, is being extended, is becoming complex, we are likely to see a portion of that correction, okay, in the shape of ABCDE. So you see now? So this one, cancel it. Now we have a bigger ABCDE, A, B, C, D, E, the E part forming another triangle. Look again, and at the end of this correction, A, B, C, D, E, at the end here, we have again A, B, C, D, E. That A, B, C, D, E that you see here has also been prolonged. This is a fractal pattern because the correction that has started here is prolonged. That last A, B, C, D, E that we have seen here is also prolonged, okay, confirming to us that we are dealing with a complex correction. So talking about the third, okay, factors of ABCDE, a triangle, is what? Is the prolongation of the correction itself. So to summarize this video, all right, you see an impulse wave, you see a motive wave, you see a trending phase, and you determine that during that motive wave, that trending phase, that motive, that impulse wave, the volatility is high, or the momentum is very high, or both the volatility and the momentum were very high. The first thing that you're expecting is ABCDE. But if the correction is being prolonged, you're likely to see during the prolongation of that correction an ABCDE. This is a very complex ABCDE that we see here because we have a bigger ABCDE, and the E of the bigger ABCDE is also subdivided into another ABCDE that is also prolonged, reflecting the prolongation of the correction after this impulse wave. So this will conclude our discussion today about Elliott wave trade-up, reveal the three factors of ABCDE, a corrective wave. The first factor is what? High volatility. Second factor is what? High momentum. Third factor is what? Prolongation of the correction. The understanding is more important than the knowledge. Have any question or suggestion, please put in the comment section. And in due course, I will be recording another video to answer your specific question. If the video has been truly useful to you, please let us know by giving us the thumbs up. If you dislike it, okay, be sure, okay, to mark it down. If you think it's an essential tutorial, feel free to share it on the social media. Until the next time, enjoy yourself and be very happy. We are the TSTW24 traders talking about Elliott wave trader. Reveal the three factors of ABCDE, a corrective wave. Happy to meet you all, and I will speak to you soon. Thank you for watching. So now you understand why I have a high respect to TSTW traders that are asking excellent questions. So when I see traders asking excellent questions, in view to understand more, I have a high respect for those traders because they understand that it's not all about the knowledge. One can learn the Elliott wave theory in 1 week, but to understand more, the Elliott wave principle is another thing. Happy to meet you all, and I will speak to you soon. Thank you.